Okay, so is it happening? Are we doing it? Are we filming? I think we are. Well, let's have fun with it. Fuck. Hi Jokers, and welcome to my channel, I guess. I'm Joky, and I hope you are too. I have no idea how you found me, but I'm very glad that you did. And today we will be talking about plans and goals for 2022. Now I know I'm a bit late to the party with this one. It's the 22nd of January when I'm filming this, and God knows how long it will take for me to edit and upload it. But I did have some very important things to take care of first, namely buying myself a ring light and a copy of James Clear's Atomic Habits, which is backwards. I'm filming this on my phone. Because everyone knows that you can't be a productivity YouTuber without both of those. So now that I've bought the things, can I join in? Can I play YouTuber? Do I need to get some plants first? I'll get some plants. So the first and most important stage in my goal setting process is to watch hours and hours of productivity YouTube videos while daydreaming about being a functioning human being but taking absolutely no action to become one. Very important first stage. So that goes on for, 4, 6 months, year, 2 years, however long you need. The next step was to decide that New Year was going to be my salvation. Ignoring all previous evidence, even though every other New Year had left me the same anxious, wheezy mess as the year before, 2022 was going to be different. Why? Because I fucking said so. So that being said, I did do a few things differently this year. Binge watching all those productivity videos wasn't completely useless. I did store a lot of that information up here, but nothing ever happens if you don't take action. What I mostly did differently this year was actually having a goal setting process rather than just you think what do I want to do next year, X, Y and Z, and then that's it. There's no planning, there's no process, there's no how am I actually going to do this. There's a vague idea of what I want to do next year and that's it. So this time I broke my goal setting exercise into 3 stages, which was reflection, goal setting and implementation. At the reflection stage, I took some time to consider 2021. Unfortunately, I hadn't kept very good journals from the beginning of 2021, so it was quite hard for me to actually go back and see exactly where I was at that point, but I did my best to sort of cast my mind back. Next year that'll be a lot easier because I have kept very good records of my goal setting this time. I know where I want to be going, what I want to be doing. And then I looked at the things that I wanted to achieve at the beginning of last year and the things that I did achieve and the things that I wanted to achieve but didn't. One of my biggest achievements for 2021 was actually the new role that I took on at work, because I had no experience and I had to learn it all quite quickly. And it was quite stressful at times. But actually now, my department runs really well. I get consistently good feedback. I've been promoted again. I've had 3 pay rises. And when I look at what got me there, it was 3 things. It was consistency, it was persistence, and it was organisation. 3 things that I consistently fail to apply to my personal life. Those became my 3 words for 2022. If I could apply that same consistency, persistence and organisation to my personal goals, then I could be just as successful. I don't know about you, but whenever I do a goal setting exercise, I always have way too many. Just too many goals for one person. Like, stop being so greedy, stop hogging all the goals. I think I listed about 80 something goals this time. Like, that is far too many fucking goals for one person. To narrow those, that ridiculous number of goals down, I grouped them into categories, so similar goals together, so that I could try to, focus, pick a couple of categories and then a goal from that category. And also I tried to look at what goals might fulfill the 80-20 rule. So the idea that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. What goals would give me outsized results that would actually have a domino effect on other goals and make them easier to achieve and kind of move me forward quite a lot for the least amount of effort. So after I'd chosen my 5 goals, which I'll come on to in just a minute, I made a vision board. Because of course I made a fucking vision board. I want to play YouTuber too, and I will show you my vision board. I will edit it in somehow. I don't know how to do that yet, but I will figure it out. So vision board, here you go. I don't buy into this idea of manifestation as in, like, if you think about it hard enough, the universe is just going to hand it to you. Like, the universe doesn't hand things to people. The universe doesn't give a shit about you. Sorry, I'm going to be offending people already. That is my personal belief. I don't believe that the universe gives a shit about me. I think that anything I want, I have to go out and do it myself. But I do believe that your thoughts control your life, your thoughts control your reality, and so if you're putting a visual representation of your goals in front of yourself every day and reminding yourself that this is what you want to be doing, I think that's a powerful thing. So yeah, vision board, check. The last stage of my goal setting process was implementation, in which I took my 5 goals and broke them down into smaller monthly and weekly goals for Q1, so January to March. I don't think there's much point in getting too granular with your plans beyond about 3 months. Things change. I might have decided that I don't like YouTube. I might have decided that it's not as fun as I thought it was going to be. Even February and March were much more general kind of goals. Only January did I plan in detail, and I break those goals down into smaller sort of daily goals in my weekly reset that I'm attempting to implement on Sundays. It's been quite helpful. I'll probably make a video about that because everyone does. Yeah, I'll add my little reset video in there. And so far I am on track, which I don't think has ever happened before. Long may it continue. Okay, so what exactly are my goals? I see you await with bated breath to find out what this girl in her bedroom has decided to do for 2022. The goals that I thought would have an outsized impact on my life were learning to consistently take action, to better regulate my emotions, and to develop healthy habits. 3 things that I have been consistently bad at. You could say at least I've been consistent in something. I added starting a YouTube channel as a goal for 2022 as a way just to give myself a bit of accountability and to record, well, hopefully my progress. No, hopefully not my failure. Give myself something to look back on, and also just to show myself that I can. I've spent so long watching YouTube and thinking, oh, that looks like fun, I could do that, and then my brain's just like, oh, but what if you get nasty comments and you've not got anything original to say, and what if nobody watches your videos? And it's like, well, you know what, so what? So what? If I was my friend and I had to listen to me constantly talk about what I wanted to do and then not do it, I would be like, shut the fuck up and do it. So I'm giving myself my own advice, shut the fuck up and just do it. So here we are, guys, we are doing it. We're doing it. My 5th and final goal was to improve as a dancer. Dancing is the only form of exercise that I will willingly engage in. So those are my 5 goals for 2022. So why these goals? And I've sort of touched on it, but I have this recurring dream where I can't stand up. The dream is different every time, but there's always this element of, at some point in the dream I will try to stand up and my knees will lock and I can't get any further than a crouch. I don't know if you've ever had muscle spasms. It's a similar feeling, but it's my knees. It's only been the last year or 2, I think, that I've been having this dream. Roughly since I finished my master's degree, and I looked it up online and it said that maybe you could feel stuck in life. And that actually quite stuck with me. I was like, well, I do feel quite stuck in life because I'm always bumping up against my own fear, my own inconsistency, and all my inconsistency comes from fear. I've wanted to write a book since I was 5 years old. The one and only book that I wrote was when I was 6 years old. And that was the only thing that I ever finished. I'm just so afraid of criticism, so afraid of just not being good enough. To be honest, I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with when it comes to creativity and showing your work. Putting anything out there into the world that you've made with the idea that other people are going to look at it and judge you by extension. And that's scary. Up until now, I've kind of used education as a way to give myself a goal in life. The problem is I work well when I have structure, when I can undertake a small amount of action, applying for a university place, for a course, for accepting a job, and then the structure is kind of set for me. And so I know what I need to do and what I need to work towards. And I still struggle to motivate myself, but because there's those deadlines, there's those things that need to be done, eventually I just have to do it. Whereas when it comes to myself, I just let myself off. I'm like, oh, that's scary. Let's not do that. That's uncomfortable. Let's not do that. And then after I graduated, I wanted to set myself up as freelance. And what I'd kind of realised is that I picked the translation masters because it was safe. There was literature masters, there was creative writing masters that I was looking at, but I picked the translation one because it was safe, because I felt like it was going to be easier for me to make money with that without having to run the risk of putting myself out there too much. But what I realised when I actually took the course was that I had no confidence in my ability to understand German to the level that I needed to be able to translate documents well. Even when I would do a really good translation, there would just be like one major fuck up in it. And when I graduated, I just didn't have the confidence to put myself out there and say, I will translate your work well. I could translate it. Would I translate it well? Who knows? So those 2 degrees that I spent all that time getting are now some very nice shelf ornaments with which to passively flex on my guests and my cat. Eh? You know how smart Mama is, don't you? So I ended up getting a new job with the company that I already worked for, the job that I'm doing now, that it's going really well. It's probably the best job I've ever had, but I still feel the need to be doing something creative. Every project that I start, as soon as it starts to get a little bit hard, a little bit uncomfortable, there's a little bit of anxiety about, what will people think? Will people judge me? And then the procrastination starts and eventually the project gets dropped. So I literally got to the point where I have no confidence in myself, no confidence that I will do the things that I say that I will do. Plans, I'm great at plans. Starting stuff, great at starting stuff. Start things all the time. Finishing, completing, not so much. I don't even really believe that I'm going to post this video. Like, I know that I'm sitting here and I'm filming it, but I don't actually believe that I will finish it, that I will edit it, that I will post it online, because I'm just so used to letting myself down. And when I was sitting this morning and I was getting anxious about filming, it wasn't actually the filming process that I was anxious about. That's just me sitting in a room and talking to myself. I talk to myself every day. And I love talking about myself. Like, I am my favourite topic of conversation. But it was the fact that, what if I don't do it? What if I let myself down again? And that would just be crushing. To actually fail in this, like, one sort of big goal that I've given myself for January would be, oh God, no, I can't. 2022 does feel different somehow. And I know that's really cliche. It's very, new year, new me. But it does. I feel like I am in a different place. I am implementing better processes. And for the first time, I feel like I'm entering into the new year with a definite plan, with a structure, with an idea of how I'm going to get to the place that I want to be. I feel more capable of facing challenges when they come along and looking at them as challenges rather than obstacles or problems. Just the fact that I'm even filming this video, this is the furthest I have ever gone in trying to actually make a video for YouTube. I've never got to the filming part before. And if you are watching this on YouTube, I fucking did it! I actually posted it. So, wow. And like I said, I'm sitting here thinking, you're not going to post this. You're not going to post this. Well, past me can suck it, because here I am, on YouTube. It doesn't even matter if this video is good. All that matters is that I made it. I planned it. I wrote the script. I did not practice the script. I went way off script. I filmed it, I edited it, I posted it. Like, that's amazing. I want to pat myself on the back. And the hardest bit is just putting yourself out there. To me, that's an achievement. That's a big achievement. Curious about what I'm doing next? Want to know if I turn back into a potato by March? Well, you can always subscribe and stick around to find out. Or if you feel like giving me a little congratulatory pat on the back for actually posting this video, then the like button is just down there. You can give that a little pat instead. Do not smash it. There will be no smashing of the like button around here. Okay? I'm watching you. Right? No smashing. So, unbelievably, that is it for this first video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and just remember that whatever is going on in your life, everything's going to be okay. See ya! It doesn't even matter if this video is good. I can't do air quotes because I'm holding my microphone. I just didn't feel, oh hi baby, you come to join the video. Everything's backwards. I'm filming this on my phone. I don't have a camera, and if I was going to wait around to buy a camera and to make sure that I had all the equipment, I would just never do it.